What's happening, kinfolk? Welcome back to the channel. Knuckles TV. Knuckles coming at you today, man. We are going to install the RBW Skull. It finally came in. Feel the power. It only was delayed because of the holidays. So it was super fast shipping. It was supposed to be only about 3 days shipping. So, but because of the holiday, it took a little bit longer. But we're going to install this thing here, man, on a 2019 Road Glide Special. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me tell you a little bit about the RBW Skull Mask. This here is basically going to give us the ability to change through different modes, riding style modes for the motorcycle. It's dope because it's going to mount right up here on the handlebars. You're going to have the ability to change these modes on the fly. Well, I'm going to go into, not in this video too much, but I'm going to go into more detail about the product itself, man. It's from Italy. Mr. Sal, which I got on a video call with here not too long ago, a couple days ago. He went over it with me and gave me a lot of detail about this product. It seems to be simple to install. It's gonna be a great addition to not only the Road Glide, but to any bike, right? So as long as your bike has an electronic throttle, fly-by-wire throttle, you can use this. The different modes it's gonna have is gonna have rain mode. It's going to have city mode, regular mode, which is just like nothing's done to your bike at all, like if not even installed. And then you're gonna have a sport mode, and then they have the anarchy mode. So the anarchy mode is gonna be the balls to the wall one, right? So that's gonna be the dope one there, which all of them are gonna be cool, but that anarchy mode is gonna be really cool, man. And the great thing about this product as well is that you can use it on any kind of motor, stock, built, stage 1, stage 2, it doesn't matter. You still be able to use this. And another question that a lot of people, Mr. Sal told me, ask him is that, will this void any kind of warranties from Harley or anything? And no, it will not. So that's really cool. So let's go ahead and open it up. I'll show you what it comes with. So you got your instruction manual there. This is the actual module here. And then this is the juice of it here. So that's your position sensor there, or your module, or whatever you want to call it. So again, it's gonna have 5 different positions, right? So you've got all the way to the left, it's gonna be your rain mode, city. That's gonna be just like there's nothing on the bike at all, just your normal riding. Sport, anarchy mode. There's your little anarchy symbol there. Once you get on the bike, this will connect to there, and then this is gonna go in between your throttle cable here. So the electronic part of the throttle. So on the Road Glide, it's gonna be under the dash. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take the dash off. Your gauge cluster right here. We're gonna take these 2 bolts out. We're gonna pull this piece up, and then the connector for your throttle is gonna be under here. So let me get that done. All right, so they do send you another bolt, right? Which is gonna go up here on the handlebars, which is gonna allow you, it's a little bit longer, so it's gonna allow you to attach the control module there. This is a T25, and we're gonna run, like I said, we're gonna take these screws out here on the side. All right, so once you get those 2 screws out, then what we're gonna do is you're gonna take your ignition, turn it all the way to the fork lock position. You're gonna take your key, insert your key, and then once you insert it, there's a little tab underneath the ignition. You're gonna push up, twist the key to the right, or I'm sorry, to the left, counterclockwise, and then pull your ignition switch straight up and out, and you're gonna have your little spring with it as well, right? So the spring's gonna come off. So once we go back in with it, we're just gonna pop it back in, push down, turn it to the right, you'll hear it click, and then you can rotate your ignition around and you'll be good. We probably didn't even have to take the ignition off. But that's how you take the ignition off. Okay, we're gonna come out and up. Okay, so now your throttle cable is going to be the plug here. So what we're gonna do is take this one out. And you'll notice it because these here are gonna be in like a little harness, I guess, so they don't go anywhere. This one's not gonna have anything to it. And then this is going to have like a little orange insert, I guess, like a casing inside of it. So that's going to be the one we want. So you pull that out. Your module, see how it's got that same coloring? You see that? So that's the same coloring as that. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect this 6-pin into here. The white one's going to go into here. Just like that. And then the actual skull is gonna connect this other 6-pin here. So that's gonna connect to that, just like that. Once we got that connected, so this is gonna show you right here. This little short one is disconnected. This is in between your, this is for the accelerator cable, and then the selector, the skull selector, connects to the black one. So again, the two white ones go to the what you disconnected here on your Road Glide. That'll go to there. This goes to this one, and this one's not gonna be used at all, okay? Now, there is some adapters that you'll need if your motorcycle is from a 2008 to 2015. You'll need these adapters. So these are gonna go in between here, and then that would connect to your motorcycle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, we are going to slide this right behind here, like a little cubby hole or something right there. Now what we're gonna do, take this bolt out of the perch here. This is a T27. Take this off. We're gonna put this washer on the new bolt, the washer that came off of the stock one. Of course, we're gonna put blue Loctite on there as well, just like that. You're gonna take your mode selector, tighten this back down. Look good? And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna run this cable here, and we're gonna end up just zip tying it to here, and that way it'll be out of the way as well. All right, kinfolk, got that mounted, got everything zip tied here, right? I had to get a beer because it's hot in the garage. All right, just ran the zip tied it here, and then just down the brake line, and because it goes into the dash here. And then what I did, I ended up moving it from in here. Do we need a light in there? I ended up moving it from back behind this plate and just put it in the front, just because I feel like there's a lot more things that can hold it here. You can't really zip tie this to this because it goes so far down, but that's what I did. I ended up moving it from back here to the front. So, and then just I zip tied the remaining part of the wire, whatever was left over there, zip tied that together, and then just tucked it in there. So now what we're gonna do is go ahead and put the cluster, the gauges, back on, and then, I mean, that'll be it. I mean, it's a really simple install. This just clips in. You see these clips? So I could have just, instead of pulling the whole ignition off, I could have just popped this tab off. And there's a clip here. So that's gonna go on the back side of here, and then these are gonna snap in the front. Just like that. When you hear that, I turned it to accessories, get that back in. And that's it. That there is your RBW Skull module, is what I'm gonna call it. I mean, it's like I said, it's not a tuner. I'm hoping to get Mr. Sal on a live from Italy. That way anybody that wants to come on and explain, I mean, and ask any questions they can, and he'll be able to be there and explain the whole thing to you. So, but I'm super excited, man. This is gonna be really dope. So the reason, he told me, the reason they put it on the right-hand side of the throttle side is so you can switch on the fly, right? If you are, the one thing he told me, that when you're in anarchy mode, and then you end up coming to your stop, you turn your bike off, and you go to crank it back up, that actually resets. So it will go back to your stock mode. So for safety reasons, it doesn't stay in anarchy mode. So if you want it to get back into anarchy mode, you have to come back to the center, which is your stock, and then click it back over. And then another thing is too, you can do it on the fly, but your throttle position has to go back to 0. So if you're on the throttle and you've got her wide open, or you're getting on it, and then you want to switch out of rain mode and go up to city mode, it won't do it right at that moment. What it's going to do is it will read it once your throttle position comes back down as close to 0 as possible. So that's one thing to remember. It's on the fly, but your throttle position has to go back to 0. So there you go, kinfolk. Look, this thing is dope, man. Y'all keep following me on Instagram at knucklestv. Y'all go give them a follow, RBW Skull USA on Instagram, and also RBW Skull. Mr. Sal is super awesome, man. Make sure y'all give them a follow. When you give them a follow, make sure you go in their comments or one of their pictures and just tell them that Knuckles sent you, man, so they know that my video is getting the word out about this RBW Skull, man. So I am so excited about getting out and doing some riding with it. I'm actually going to ride the bike in the morning, so maybe I'll do a first impressions video. We've also got one to install on the brother-in-law's bike on a street glide, just for the simple fact that it stalls different. It's a different position. It's a different area of the bike. So Stay tuned for that video if you got a Street Glide. Don't worry, I'm gonna be making a video on how to install it on a Street Glide as well. So that's it, man. If y'all have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we hope to see you on the next one, because this thing here, it's gonna be sick. Sick. You hear me? Ha! All right, until next time, man. Much love, much respect. Knuckles out.